Grrls intern.
And I'm Lila. I'm the technical director for Real Grrls.
So this weekend we watched the Oscars and we had some thoughts about it.
You know, I had read a lot in advance about how white this year's Oscars were, but I didn't really think about it while I was watching that much until, for me, it was that one part where they awarded Lifetime Achievement Awards to these three white dudes. It's like Francis Ford Coppola.
They were really old, too.
Yeah, and then it was like they came out on the stage and it was just like, oh, great. 3 old white dudes.
Yeah, I kind of noticed it when Jennifer Hudson came out and said, oh, look how pretty she looks in her orange dress. She's really got the skin tone for it. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. No one else of color has been on this stage all evening. I was kind of thinking that there weren't many films starring African Americans released as films, or with African American casts or directors or anything else. I mean, last year was when Precious was nominated, and that was the reason there were black people at the Oscars, because of Precious. The only black people nominated for anything had to do with Precious.
Last year, a lot of people were saying it's the year of the woman director.
Yeah.
Right? We saw Catherine Bigelow win, and that was really exciting.
And now it's almost like they've just checked it off and they didn't talk about it.
Been there, done that.
They also talked about, is it going to be the first woman director, the first African-American director, to win Best Picture? And they were talking about that because of the director of Precious. But they didn't even mention it this year because there weren't any African-Americans nominated. It's like they don't want to call attention to it.
Yeah. Kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, yeah. This begs the question, is it really the Oscars' fault that they didn't nominate any black people? I mean, the only film with black people released this year that was kind of high profile, what was it? For Colored
Grrls by Tyler Perry, which didn't get great reviews.
Yeah, it kind of flopped. If you don't have any African Americans to choose from, then maybe that's why it kind of ended up being all white people. So is it necessarily the Oscars' fault, or is it the studios who are releasing the movies? I think if you look at the roles that African Americans have in big budget films, they're the Joker, the buffoon, the guy who gets shot first. I mean, they tend not to have leading roles or roles of substance, I think.
You see the same roles over and over again.
And you don't see anything new or anything interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that makes it hard to be nominated if you're just kind of playing that sideshow rather than actually being a part of the movie. So I think that Hollywood really needs to kind of shift maybe who they're marketing to, because if you look at it, all the films are really marketed towards white men, unless they're romantic comedies and they're marketed towards white women. So, I mean, they're kind of missing a lot of people out there, so maybe they need to start thinking about the kind of movies that they're making and producing. I know this has been said before, time and time again, but I think it really hits home when you see an Oscars that's basically just white people and mainly white men in the really kind of big ticket items like Best Director and Best Picture.
So that's what we thought of this year's Oscars, and it wasn't all that great, so better luck next time, Hollywood.
Ann and I have had an amazing time tonight, helping celebrate so many extraordinary
white
films and white filmmakers.
Thank you.
Wherever in the world you happen to be watching, I hope that you've enjoyed it too.